Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Sea Mollusk, and today we're playing Skinwalker, a game where you can't even trust yourself. It's midwinter here in Missouri, and while I'm freezing my toes off, you can enjoy this spine-chilling story about a camping trip gone awry. The following story really happened. I saw it with my own eyes. Maybe it didn't happen as I saw it, but more on that later. We were all going out camping, me and 3 friends from university. Let me introduce you to my friends. This here is Darren. I wouldn't say that he is the leader of our group of friends. Or actually, I would. He's the one that always gets us all out of the house and into the action. He's the first one to hit on that cute girl by the bar. He's the first one to jump from the roof into the swimming pool. According to himself, he was even more impulsive when he was a kid. I can only imagine his childhood, and how often he must have broken his leg, scraped his knees, and hit his head. Still, if it weren't for Darren, we wouldn't have half the amount of fun we have. This girl is Celeste. We've known each other since we were children. We met each other when she moved into the house next door when she was 7. My mom told me to go show her around the neighborhood, and after that we were inseparable for a few years. She's a nice girl, although her health isn't the best. She has some kind of heart problem, which I forgot the name of. This forced her to be away from school during extended periods of time during her childhood. Because of this, until we started university, I was her only friend. Still, she never complained, and I've always seen her as a positive, happy girl. Next is me. I'm Joe. As the name implies, I'm pretty normal. I don't have any overwhelmingly bad qualities, but on the other hand, I don't have any overwhelmingly good ones either. I live in this apartment a short walk from my university. This is where us 4 friends usually gather before going out. This guy here, looking all relaxed in my bed, is Michael. He's my neighbor, living in the apartment next door. One day while I had Celeste over, he just barged in. "Hey man, your place looks pretty nice. Mind if I join you for dinner?" he said. As you can imagine, he's pretty pushy. I don't think he realizes it himself. He came over several times after that day. After that, we somehow naturally became friends. So one day, Darren came up with the idea that we should go camping. Of course, in the awfully spooky woods where the trees either look like they're in agony or they're just pissed at you. Darren said his family had a cabin a little bit into the forest. So camping we went. It could be fun, right? Of course, me, Michael, and Celeste disliked the idea of staying in a cabin. It's a camping trip. We should sleep in the wilderness. So Darren told us about the woods near the cabin. I don't remember much about the trip to the cabin. We joked around, took a few breaks, normal stuff. Either way, we drove up to the cabin and left the car there. We took a short break in the cabin and set out into the wilderness. We went pretty far in. I can't say how far in distance exactly, but it took several hours to get to where we set up camp. The first day we just screwed around. Nothing abnormal happened. But then... Alright, so the game begins. Darren over here is sleeping, so check on Celeste. Did you sleep well last night? Oh, that's it. Well, maybe more. Would you mind getting some water? I'll cook something up for us if you do. Alright? And Michael, morning there, or should I say good afternoon. Fix us up some wood for a fire, will you? It seems that everyone in camp is relying on us to do literally everything while they all laze around standing in the middle of nowhere. So I set out to gather wood for a new fire and water to cook with, for those lazy, terrible friends of mine. Anyway, this is my first YouTube video. I've never made one before this. And Skinwalker is like a sort of classic tale of the internet since the early 2010s. Where a creature, able to be anyone around you, stalks and seeks to consume people, most likely. It doesn't sound like anything you'd hear in a forest. Okay, that popping sound really scared me for a second. There we go, a bucket of water. That's it, I guess. The sound stopped. Alright, I have all of you lazy friends. Things you want. My head hurts. We sure had a blast yesterday, didn't we? Guessing that's why Darren's still sleeping in the middle of the afternoon. I should have enough wood to make the fire for a while tonight. Poured water in the cooking pot. And Celeste, why don't you cook us up some dinner, eh? Alright, let's quick sign up, shall we? Later that evening. Anyone? Okay. Thought there was a cutscene there. It's time to go to sleep soon. We're all out of booze. Guess we have to go back to town tomorrow. Not looking forward to that 4-hour trek. Maybe we shouldn't have gone so deep in. Haha. Yeah, that sounds insane. Apparently they decided to walk 4 hours deep into a forest just to set up camping. What the hell's up with this fog? Every time I've been here before, there hasn't been any fog. It's usually how weather works. It's really chilly outside for being in the middle of summer. Hey, anyone else hear that sound? Yeah, now that you mention it, what is that? Sounds like something metally. Metally? Haha, is that even a word? Are you stupid? Shut up, asshole. It's a word if I say so. It stopped. Maybe it was some kind of machine. Who the hell go out hours from the nearest civilization in the middle of the night and start revving up some kind of weird machine? Who gives a shit? It's probably someone using a chainsaw or something. Let's go to sleep, I'm tired. Says man who's never heard of chainsaws in his entire life. I'm sure that was no chainsaw. I wonder what it was. Sleepiness of it soon overtook everyone. Okay, apparently you guys are psychos who leave the front of your tent open all night, which is absolutely terrifying. I mean, I can't really feel safe in a tent anyways, but they're really just inviting anything, ain't they? But something woke you up a few hours later in your half-awake state. You stumbled outside the tent. Darren, Michael, Celeste, is that you? I feel like you should know, seeing as you were just in the tent. The mist is even thicker than before. I can't see much. Oh, that sound's back. I think it might be getting louder. Michael, is that you? Michael, is that you? Say something, will you? Who are you? Whoa, stop right there. I have a knife. Shit. Okay. Yeah, this guy's not the brightest. He took the longest path back to camp while leaving a clear point where it could have cut him off, whatever it was. Hey, wake up! There's something outside the tent. What? Ugh, I'm sure there is. Lots of squirrels and shit. Go back to sleep. Hey, is Michael here? Yeah, I'm here. Why wouldn't I be? I don't know. The thing outside looked like you. It was probably some animal. What kind of animal looks like Michael? I don't think we have to worry about that fox or whatever. Take it easy and go back to sleep. Yeah, sure. The fox that inexplicably looks like a 6-foot human. Alright then. Maybe it was just some animal. But those sounds. Maybe it's a chainsaw squirrel. A few minutes later. Okay, drop it. Whoever that is, I want to sleep already. It wasn't me. Me neither. That didn't sound like any of our voices. Well, shit, now I'm never being able to go back to sleep. Should we go outside and look? What if it's some crazy psycho with an axe? All the more reason to check it out. It's not like this tent is some kind of impenetrable fortress. Seriously, if that was one of you guys, tell me right now. This isn't funny anymore. Okay, everyone get out together and check it out. I ain't going alone. Good on you, Michael. Besides not doing any of the work earlier, you seem like a real stand-up guy. What the heck is that? Someone was definitely here. Shit. Shit. Calm down, Celeste. We have 4 against 1 here. It'll be fine. What if the dude got some kind of weapon with him? I mean, he killed this little critter, didn't he? Michael's right. We gotta get the hell out of here. We can't just up and leave in the middle of the night. What about our stuff? Screw our stuff. I'm not staying here another minute. Fine, we'll leave, but at least let me bring the flashlight and some food and water. I think you're overreacting, though. We haven't seen anyone. Still, someone or something left this dead creature here. We can't exactly go back to sleep with no worries. I guess you're right. I'll go get the flashlight. Everyone bring some stuff you think we might need. A couple of minutes later. Alright, let's go. Alright, group leader, me. Where's everyone else, though? I can turn around and there's no one there. Oh, don't want to press that. Maybe I ate them or something. I wonder, can I go over here? I never did originally. This way is the lake. We're not going this way. Okay. Kind of pointless to put in an area I could never go to. It's so dark. At least it's still summer. It's not pitch black. This fog is really annoying, though. So are we going back to the cabin, right? I guess that's the plan. Where else to go? Apparently you guys walked 4 hours along the forest path to get here. Oh, it's following behind us. Right behind the tree line. I can't tell who it looks like more. It kind of looks like everyone, but maybe it's more like Joe? A while later, it became obvious Darren had no idea where we were going. He was swearing and looking all around. We've been walking for an awfully long time now. Are you sure we're on the right path, Darren? I've walked this path hundreds of times. We are on the right path. I don't recognize anything from when we were walking to the camp, though. I said we're on the right path. But as the time went on, it became obvious that Darren had no idea where we were. Darren couldn't find the path. Maybe it was the fog, maybe the darkness, maybe something else. Either way, we were lost. I kept looking behind me. I was having the feeling where you think someone is watching or stalking you. I nearly tripped over Celeste when she fell. Helped Celeste up. I want to say every man for himself here, but Celeste has been nothing but kind to us, so I'll do the common courtesy of helping her get up. I took Celeste's hand and dragged her to her feet. It was getting even mistier. If not for the flashlight, I wouldn't have any idea who she was. Oh no. Oh no, poor Joe. I recognize that tree. We're getting to the cabin. Again, I had the feeling that something was watching me. Maybe it's the quote-unquote Celeste whose hand you're holding the whole way there. My gut was screaming at me that something somewhere was wrong. I realized that sound from earlier was back, softer but still present. I started looking around, panicking. Did a head count, or more accurately silhouette count. Me, Celeste, still holding my hand. Darren in the lead, Michael to the left. Who the heck was the guy beside Michael? My grip on Celeste's hand tightened and I quickened my pace. I thought about shouting out, but was worried. If I did, maybe the thing would turn around and jump Michael or something. I didn't know what to do. I ran my fingers along a knife I had brought from camp. Then the cabin appeared out of nowhere. The mist was starting to disintegrate around us. It was easier to make out who everyone was now. I looked at the thing next to Michael. She looked just like Celeste. The thing whose hand I was holding leaned in front of me. It wasn't Celeste. Oh my god. I should have ran or screamed, but my body was clenching up for no reason. The thing turned and walked into the mist. I caught up with the others as they entered the cabin, practically in tears. Yeah, Joe could have been all over there, just fully gone, but that thing just decided to mess with him, I guess. They couldn't find the car and were arguing about where to put it. I told them what I saw. Obviously, they didn't believe me. Still, everyone hurried inside and locked the door. He followed us here. He really wants something from us. He doesn't seem to have anything to break down the door with, though. The hell does he want with us? Hell if I know, ask him. Okay. Hey, don't touch the door. I wasn't gonna. Okay, I was gonna, honestly. Nothing useful inside. It's a sturdy door. Excuse me. It's a sturdy door. It'll be alright, won't it? She's breathing quite heavily. Can't blame her. Just the stress of this might induce labor. Did he go away? Oh, I guess so. Oh, shit, the bastard hit the breaker. But he can't get in, right? I'm not gonna say that. Celeste! He's just trying to scare us. Take it easy. I'm starting to believe what you say you saw earlier. It's fine. He's just trying to scare us. Oh, I don't like that. Nothing there for now. Hey, Celeste. You're the real one? She seems to be hyperventilating. It's alright, Celeste. The door is locked. It's the only way in. We're safe here. No response. I don't know. If I were you, I'd probably cover up these massive gaping windows. I don't think those little bits of plywood are going to save you. Oh, no. Who is that? Probably nothing. A very simple kitchen. How'd you get here so fast? We're safe here. It's cool, man. You were very chill about this whole thing. Alright, I'll head back up, I guess. You say you saw something looking like me? I don't know if it looked like you. I feel like it's a bit presumptuous to say that. It was just a silhouette. Suddenly a strong sense of nausea hit me. There was something in the air. I could feel the horror overtaking me again. Oh, wow. In headphones, this is kind of unbearable. I don't feel so good. Man, you look like you're inducing labor. I can hear it all around me. It's in the air. It's in everything. Okay, you definitely look like you're giving birth here. Holding the position. Can't get up. My man here can't do one sit-up. Honestly, F on him. Some real pathetic stuff. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to lie down. I couldn't sleep, and it wouldn't even if I could. I just wanted to rest. I waited for the world to stop spinning. I looked out the window. There was something in the tree. I stared back, not able to register what was going on. I quickly pulled the blinds down. Celeste came to the door. She looked pale and disheveled. I dragged her to the bed and laid her down. She was gasping for air if something was suffocating her. Eventually, her breathing became more regular. I asked her where the others were. She shrugged. The room had stopped spinning a bit, and I felt far from good. Suddenly, a voice could be heard from the locked door. Really don't think there was a door there. What was worse, though, was that it was Celeste's voice. Let me in! Let me in! God, let me in there! I immediately pulled my knife and placed it at the Celeste lying in bed. Joe really is a turncoat. I mean, the second he hears someone of a similar voice, he's fully willing to dissect you. Her eyes grew wide with shock and alarm, but they could have been faked. What are you doing? No, I'm the real one. The one out there. That's the imposter. I was kind of in a trance, unsure what to do, and staring down at her. Maybe I would have stabbed her if the voice at the door hadn't changed into something low, deep, guttural. Then it became high-pitched like a little girl's. I pulled my knife away. I snapped out of the trance. Now the nausea was returning. I got to the door and opened it. Oh, wait, that door? Wait, it was that door? How was he holding it over Celeste if it was the front door? Regardless, there was nothing there but a trail of black liquid. Maybe my man just has really long legs. Suddenly I got this feeling that it might not be the best idea to go outside. Screw gut feelings. The thing was nowhere to be seen. Just as I was turning around, I took a look at the roof. There it was. It was close to a corner, about to turn. It looked like an albino male with really long limbs. He had fingers instead of toes, and all 20 of them were elongated, and he was facing away from me. I can just see it there, flashing in the static. Suddenly, head swelled at 180 degrees and stared at me. I started choking up as if suffocated. It was hard to breathe. The thing opened its mouth slowly and deliberately. I thought it was going to devour me when its tongue snaked out. On the tip of the tongue was my face, like a tumor. Eyes closed, lip upturned into some psycho smile. There was a legend somewhere that when you see a doppelganger, you die. I thought of that legend, but then the creature rounded the corner and it was gone. I lost it and followed, vision hazy. My heartbeat suddenly seemed near ear-splitting to me. I was stumbling because my legs seemed unable to coordinate. Suddenly I stumbled forward and toppled down. Once I lay there face down in the grass, my body just seemed to shut down. I couldn't move, I couldn't even turn my head. There was something dripping on my back. My eyelids seemed heavy and started closing of their own accord. I saw white feet with long fingers for toes step into view. When my eyes opened, Celeste was shaking me. She was on the brink of tears and her voice was cracking. Get up, get up! That bastard was in your skin! My head hurt. I was about to ask her what happened when she started pulling me backwards towards the door. We toppled over and stumbled towards Darren's car, which was parked in a different location from what I remembered. I was glad to be alive. The mist had stopped completely. Celeste was downright crying now. She pushed me into the back seat. That's when I noticed. I was wearing different clothes from when I lost consciousness. Michael was there, huddled up and face buried in his knees. Same clothes, stained with blood, were beside him. They were mine. Darren immediately stepped on the pedal, but nothing happened. He swore and did it again. I noticed that Celeste was armed with a shotgun from the cabin. I asked him what was going on. That thing joined us. He looked like you. We got out of the house and found the car. We're halfway down the road when Michael started screaming. I looked at Michael. He had a glazed-over look in his eyes. The thing burst out of your clothes and jumped out of the car. Michael had the shotgun. He was firing at the window. We saw the thing run all the way back to the house at the friggin' speed of light. It was in my skin? Yeah. I looked down at myself. I wonder if I had been possessed or worse. If that thing had cut off my skin and wore it as a coat. If they did, it did a damn good job putting it back on, if you seem fine. I shuddered at the thought of something crawling around in my skin. I asked Michael if he was alright. The thing talked to me. I asked about what. He didn't respond. I realized he was sobbing. The car jolted into motion. Darren fist pumped as the car started accelerating. I turned back to the cabin and saw the albino thing standing on the roof of the house watching us. I shuddered and turned back. Celeste screamed. Okay, that thing just looks like that, Ash baby meme. The thing was in front of the car, on the windshield. It opened its mouth and tongue slithered out. Celeste fired the shotgun. The glass shattered and was thrown backwards. Darren shrieked and saw blood coming from his face. Something pierced my face and I realized it was the glass. The car skidded to a stop. The car doors opened without any discernible reason and I fell out. The thing lay directly across me, eyes closed if it was sleeping. I wish I could close my eyes. Its mouth hung open and I saw myself again emerging. I didn't move or say anything because I couldn't. My face looked at me and started to talk. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I want to be you. I guess it's true what they say, impersonation is the greatest form of flattery. I repeated over and over again. It was coming close to me. I repeated, I wondered if it was going to bite me to death. The thing's eyes shot open and I realized it was going to kiss me. Well, that took a turn for the worse. I managed to regain some control and instinctively twisted back from it. Now, that's what they all do. You know, it always gets you in the end. I guess that was what saved me. There was a sound like an explosion and blood splattered from the thing. Celeste was standing over it. Her face and body were bleeding and she had the spaced-out psychopathic look in her eyes. She just fired the shotgun. My face looked directly at me. I am you, it whispered. She fired again, and I saw my own face begin rotting to nothing more than a skeleton in front of me. The thing's head flowered open. That's the best word I can find to describe it. Its head kind of split and split again, peeling away. I saw faces, lots of them, all on the inside of its head. I think I saw Celeste and Michael's faces. They were whispering something unintelligible. In the center where the brain should be, there was a single red cat-like eye that was rotating in its socket. It was producing the mechanical droning sound. Celeste fired one last time. The thing sort of withered away, became wrinkled and smaller and rotten, until it just disappeared. Celeste dropped the shotgun and I started twitching and spasming as control of my body returned to me. Eventually I stood up and we all got into the car silently. Darren was bleeding too, but no one said anything. We drove back to the city in silence. We explained away the damaged car as being attacked by some crazy thieves, and we had ourselves patched up. Michael was still in a shock-like state. I hear he was like that for a while. When I asked him what he thought of the incident later, he denied it ever happened, with compelling conviction. His eyes looked dead and he had lost weight. I don't know if he forced himself not to remember anything, or if he genuinely knows nothing of it. I know what I saw, but I can't remember the exact place. It's been 2 months now. We still refrain from talking about it. If you were expecting some huge twist or something, you'd be disappointed. I still don't know what we met out there. I don't know. I don't want to know, actually. I still have nightmares about my own face, shouting, I am you. Not about the whole ton-kissing your own ton face, apparently. One thing I do know, though, I am never going camping, ever again. The end. Well, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all tune back in for another video. Until then, goodbye.